Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I have another finals feature match for you. This is between Jay and Gambit. These are some pretty cool lists here, guys. So we have Layer of Darkness Infernoid versus Ojama. This was one of the last tournaments before Duod, so it was a little smaller than the rest of them. And we honestly were just playing fun decks, but this Infernoid list was actually kind of cooking because they can just play cards like Reasoning End, Monster Gate, and Needlebug Nest. And then Layer of Darkness just makes it to where this Melfi deck isn't really able to play because thanks to the effect of the Infernoid monsters, they can tribute a monster to banish a card from the graveyard, and Layer of Darkness lets us tribute our opponent's monsters to activate card effects. So they can just use the Atondel to just tribute their opponent's monsters, banish cards out of their graveyard, as well as the Lilith to be able to set cards like Void Feast and Void Trap Hole. So that's pretty crazy, right? Like, they do get the token each turn, and then they just keep banishing the graveyard. Bonk for 1,000, bonk for 28, and then bonk for 17. And now the Jay just can't really. He even says it himself. I can't beat this deck. I lose, is what he says. Because like the Layer of Darkness is just so overwhelming if it really establishes, and then they're just on all these really crazy blowout trap cards like Dogmatic Punishment, Void Trap Hole, Void Feast, Ballista Squad. So they just set 3 pass here. Pot of Extravagance activates, they banish 6, they draw 2, they draw the Rescue Cat as well as Ojama yellow. They hit the Twin Twisters, hitting 2 cards, but unfortunately this Rescue Cat does stick and summon 2 beasts, but then they just have to kind of make Mannequin Cat and pass. They Twin Twisters, they target the Needlebug Nest and the Void Feast. They mill 5, they have enough to be able to summon Infernoids now. They summon back the Lilith, and then unfortunately Lilith chains, so Mannequin Cat doesn't get the target, so there's a bit of a misplay there. They reveal 3 Metaverse and then set it, so now they get to just go grab their Layer of Darkness, which is just not good at all for Jay. Jay activates Harpy's Feather Duster, getting the Metaverse off the board. Good enough for him. Destiny drew that. And then hits for 2k. Special summons out Layer. Activates Layer, then special summons out Setsumus. And then Setsumus swings over. Then they use the effect to banish, and then gets rid of the Melfi Staring Contest, and then Jay is unfortunately stuck on 3 copies of Melfi Hide and Seek. They summon out the Jizukiru and then swing over the Kumungus. They go ahead and the Layer Darkness player summons out an Atondel, then tributes off the Jizukiru to banish and attack for game. Let's get into these decks, y'all. These were really cool. So here is the Ojama list. There's a lot going on here, so let's just kind of like dive right into it. So they have the Armed Dragon level 3 because they are on Ojama, which gives them a bit of a huge insane plus. The main goal of the deck, from what I've been able to tell, is to just go to their battle phase and then keep crashing their Ojama blues into stuff, and then just popping off with the Ojama and Ojamagic plus, and then like summoning Ojama red, and then making a bunch of really good rank 2s. I watched them make double power load ogre in one of their replays, and then Mannequin Cat allows them to just kind of toolbox into whatever threat they need. Like the Pancratops, for example, is a pretty solid threat that they kept summoning. So the deck's pretty cool, though. They also were on a blind second list. Tri-White is like Soul Charge in this deck, I guess. And then other than that, the side deck is pretty simple. They are on 3 Emerging Emergency Rescue, which just kind of lets them search out the Rescue Cat in certain matchups, I guess, if they're like forced to go first. There's also a world where when they're against Melodious, they can use the Mannequin Cat to special summon out Christia from deck, so that's pretty solid. And then other than that, they're just on like the standard stuff for like Dimensional Barrier and Raigeki. Another really cool thing is they're on this Melfi Penny card, which lets them make Merry Melfis, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, this list was cool overall. It's really interesting. Ojama Duo can also search out 2 Ojamas with different names from decks, so if like they do have to go first, they can just kind of summon double blue and then search 4 cards if their opponent swings over it. So that's pretty neat, I'd say. But let's get into this first place list. So here we have it, Layer of Darkness Infernoid. This deck was so cool. They have 3 Urima, 3 Atondel, 3 Piety, 3 Setsumus, 3 Sujeti, 3 Lilith, Lady of Lament, 3 Layer of Darkness, Monster Gate, and Reasoning. And then the trap lineups are Ballista Squad, Punishment, Metaverse, Needlebug Nest, Void Feast, and Void Trap Hole. All very powerful cards. Void Feast, unfortunately, is not that great in this format because, like, you don't have a lot of Void cards, but you do have a searchable one with the Void Trap Hole and the Lady of Lament. So there are some pretty cool worlds where you get to use the Lilith to like search out Void Trap Hole or search the Void Feast if you have the other, and then when you activate the Void Trap Hole, you can chain the Void Feast and then summon out a Tundel from deck. So that's a kind of cool interaction. And then they also have the Needlebug Nest, which just lets them like mill 5. So like anytime that they just get to go pop off with the Needlebug Nest, like if they milled 5 here, they would mill like a pretty decent number of names because they do have 12 names in a 40 card deck. So you're almost always going to be able to hit those two. And then the side deck, Retaliating Sea, Super Poly, Twin Twisters, D-Barrier, and Terrors of the Overroot is pretty good too because of Lady as well. So then the extra deck, I feel like you could probably get away with playing Pot of Extravagance in this deck. Maybe if you didn't want to play like the Void cards, you could probably play the Pot of Extravagance. But they have the Dogmatic Punishment targets, the Super Poly targets. Then they have these rank 6 Exceeds monsters because they can summon 2 Sagetti. There's like a crazy world where they could do that. Maybe they were on Dark Beckoning Beast at one point and they just didn't have to change the extra deck because the extra deck just does not matter in this deck. I don't think I saw them go into it one time. Actually, no, that's not true. I did see them make Reten with a bunch of the Layer of Darkness tokens and ladies, so that was kind of funny. But other than that, this deck was pretty cracked, y'all. I would love to see a world where, like, maybe the Super Poly's main decked over these Void cards. But the Void cards are also still just pretty good because you can just go and search out your Atundel if you really need to. So, but that's it for Common Charity Daily number 11. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will put the search engine and deck lists in the description box down below. This is Gores, hopping off.